Welcome to Uncommon Courtesy.
We give you the courtesy of conversation.
That's uncommonly spoke of.
I'm D-Mac.
I'm Wesley.
And this is the show. Yo, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell button. Thanks to all our listeners. Shout out to our sponsors. Doc Loves the Kids. Crime Scene Seasoning. Helps out the unfortunate. 100% of the proceeds go to a nonprofit.
Y'all make sure y'all go on that website and get you guys a box of this. It helps out the community around here. He also has apparel as well. docslovethekids.org.
And it's, I guess Donald Trump's had a change of tune, huh?
Change of heart, man. It's crazy. Trump says he wants to grant green cards to foreign graduates of U.S. colleges. In other election news, Donald Trump has proposed granting green cards to foreign nationals who graduate from U.S. colleges in a major departure from his usual anti-immigrant rhetoric. Trump made the remarks after being asked on a podcast about staffing U.S. companies. Following the comments, Trump's team issued a statement reassuring his supporters that he still plans to impose the most aggressive immigration policies in U.S. history to exclude all communist, radical Islamist, Hamas supporters, American haters, and public charges. Well, I'm not really sure what the hell that means. You know, just the whole last part. You go from one angle to the other. It's kind of weird how you jump from one end of the spectrum right back to where you really stand. So are you trying to pander and get both? Trump's not too good at pandering.
No, he's trying to get them from everybody and stuff. He's like, hey, black people, we're all the same. We go to jail and commit felonies.
Platinum plan. You know what I'm saying?
Give him the platinum plan. You know, I mean, that's a big departure from what he was doing before, because, you know, they was locking up people from the border and then separating the kids that seemed to get lost. Mm-hmm. A lot of people forgot that. A lot of kids went missing.
Yep.
You know,
under not only his administration, but also under Obama's administration too. A lot of kids went missing as well. But it just seems to me like this to me is like the most aggressive pandering he's done in a while to say he wants to grant people who graduate from college green cards. Like, what's the difference between them and asylum seekers?
Or that one black guy that be in his crowd. Look at my black person.
But exactly, blacks for Trump. That's some crazy shit.
No, most of the blacks for Trumps are like first or second generation immigrant blacks. You know what I'm saying? Those ones didn't come into America until after the civil rights movement. And then they came in and then they had to be cool because there was like foreigners. And I guess under Reagan kind of made it cool. He's like, nah, y'all can stay. You're good. And that's when they started like committing crimes and doing all kind of crazy stuff. So those people don't really represent us. They're not foundational black Americans. They're immigrants from like Nigeria and the Bahamas and places like that.
Who haven't been here. There's a lot of
they don't have the same lineage as us.
A lot of people who don't understand this system and don't understand how it truly works. That's how they feel. And I feel like there's a lot of black Americans who also just, you know, probably want to vote for him for whatever reasons they have.
Yeah.
It's kind of up to them. But what I'm looking at here in this whole thing is that Trump made the remarks after being asked on a podcast about staffing U.S. companies. That kind of goes back to what? The whole entire thing about why we're allowing immigrants into this country, fertility rates, all these different things we talked about.
I think they just want to let them people in. I mean, like, say, if you're a college graduate, that makes sense. But then they also can pay you pennies. You know, like Americans, we think about it. Like, that's why they don't have factories here. Some lady was like, oh, you know, I was like, you guys shouldn't light off fireworks. They're like saying you shouldn't light off fireworks. Or I was saying that because veterans, you know what I'm saying? Like the people that have been to war, it makes you feel like in a war zone. She's like, well, my brother's a veteran and he doesn't do it because he doesn't want to buy Chinese goods. I'm like, so you don't shop for 80% of the stuff that's in this country? Because China makes about 80%. That Taiwan.
I don't see it. I don't see it as far as like them just, you know, they understand that we need people coming into this country. He's just doing it because he's pandering to his base.
Yeah, he just wants the votes or whatnot, and it's not looking good for him.
You can't pay people any less than what your minimum wage. You might be able to bring in more minimum wage jobs and have them kind of go for it. But if you get caught with that, like I guess some kids got caught in a factory like in Texas or something like that or some other state.
Well, they passed laws. I think it was like the Midwest, like somewhere in the Midwest, they passed laws where kids can go to work now. You can like 14, 15, or 13 get a job.
Minimum wage.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's just kind of, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying there's nowhere in America where no one's in it. But it's very small percentage of people out here that are not getting, you know, the government minimum wage, whatever that state minimum wage, whatever you want to call it. So they're going to have to still pay them that. But at the same time, you got these people. I mean, how many non-skilled, you know, most non-skilled jobs are going to go to AI and robots anyways.
Yeah, pretty soon. They even said the driving jobs will go to robots and machines within about 10, 15 years.
And so, I mean,